Welcome back to a new edition of Inside the Middle East, when we bring you an updated, comprehensive look over the happenings inside the region and the Mediterranean and the Middle East. Of course, today the Foreign Minister Dr. Badr Abdulati received the European Commissioner for the Mediterranean, Mrs. Devka Sochi, here in Cairo, where they held a press conference and they touched on very important issues that come to the concern of both parts. On top of them, of course, is the development of the economic reform program that was taken by Egypt and its implication inside the region and on Egypt, and an upgrade over the investment partnership and economic partnership between European investors and international investors. And here in Egypt also they touched on the financial support that is given to the Palestinian Authority. They also touched on the financial support that is given to boost Egypt combating the illegal immigration phenomenon that is overcoming the whole world, and especially that Egypt has received almost 10 million migrants over here to the country, and they have facilitated and provided several facilities and respected the human needs for these migrants. They also touched on national security and the common interests that come to the benefit of both countries. And also the European Commissioner have hailed Egypt's exerted efforts when it comes to the challenges that are facing the region, and many other issues that came in the press conference that was held today. And for more details, we're very delighted to be joined by Dr. Monica Williams, international relations expert. Good afternoon, Dr. Williams.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me today.
It's a real pleasure to have you. We have witnessed today the warm welcome of the Foreign Minister, Dr. Badr Abdulati, to the European Commissioner for the Mediterranean, and the important issues that were raised inside this press conference by the two top diplomats and also by the press. But my question to you is the future of the European Mediterranean partnership. How is it being reflected as a result of what's happening?
Of course, let's start with the meeting between both sides, which of course confirms that Egypt and the European Union are institutionalized a relationship based on mutual strategic dependence rather than traditional donor dynamics. Europe increasingly depends on Egypt for regional security, as you said, migration management and energy diversification. Of course, diplomatic mediation, while Egypt benefits on the other side from expanding investment, financial support, technology transfer. Of course, it's the main or part of that discussion which occurs here today. Announcement that Egypt expects to receive 3 billion into investment as part of broader 7.4 billion EU or European Union industrial support package. Clear implications that extend beyond financial or just financial assistance. It represents a political signal of confidence in Egypt's economic resilience and regional role. It's as fourth part over a time when Europe in the other side face a very mounting security pressure from conflict in Middle East and of course the Strait of Hormuz, as we said. And today there is a delegation from France and United Kingdom to Strait of Hormuz, and on the other side there's a lot of security pressure thanks to Ukraine and what's happening and the energy insecurities. The EU nowadays increasingly view Egypt as a pillar of stability in South Mediterranean. Economically, the discussion underscores the long-term strategic interest between both sides, emphasize on expanding investment and trade and renewable energy, green transition projects. All of these pillars demonstrate Europe's recognition of Egypt as future regional hub for clean energy production and energy interconnectivity. and of course support Egypt's economic reform agenda and strengthen the private sector, also align with European Union objective of creating a more resilient economic partner capable of attracting European capital, while on the other side reduce regional economic vulnerabilities that of course could spill over into Europe. Migration, as of course you mentioned earlier, remain another central pillar of this evolving partnership. European policymakers increasingly acknowledge that securing the Mediterranean cannot just rely on border enforcement, but requires strength the economic and institutional capabilities of key transit and neighboring countries. And on this regard, Egypt's success in preventing irregular migration departure from its Mediterranean coastline and, of course, evaluated into a strategic value in Europe security calculation. So European financial support should be interpreted an investment in regional stability, not just a traditional aid mechanism. And from geopolitical perspective, and my point of view, it's a very important part, the political consultation, Egypt's growing diplomatic role, and Egypt continues to position itself as a regional mediator capable of maintaining the dialogue with competing international and regional actors. And of course, Foreign Minister Badr Abdel-Ati emphasized on supporting efforts to transform the emerging U.S. and Iran understanding into a comprehensive agreement, illustrates Egypt's broader strategy of promoting de-escalation through diplomacy, and such, of course, position reinforces Egypt's role as a stabilizing actor amid an increasing fragmented regional order, which marked, of course, by the crisis in Gaza, Red Sea, Sudan, Libya, and, of course, the broader Middle East.
Right. Besides, of course, recognizing the open Egypt as a wide gate open market for European investment and a regional hub for all the economic opportunities and all that, and also the appreciation for the economic reform program, but the recognition of the European Commissioner for Egypt as a key mediator, or the main important mediator inside the Middle East when it comes to the shuttle diplomacy and the foreign policy towards what's happening inside one of the most sensitive phases inside the Middle East, the crisis that's happening now. How do you read it?
Let me agree or confirm that the timing of these discussions is equally very important. Europe is gradually recovering its Mediterranean policy by privatizing the strategic partnership with countries in general, of course, which is capable of delivering regional stability. And this reflects a broader shift in Europe's foreign policy from reactive crisis management to preventing strategic engagement. And of course, Egypt is the first choice in this regard. The recent and this discussion underscores fundamental transformation in the nature of their relationship, or the mindset. Of course, what was a primarily economic partnership has evolved into a comprehensive strategic landscape by shared geopolitical interests. Of course, it's part of calculation, European calculation, with, of course, economic partnership, and on the other side, what were importantly politically and diplomatically role of Egyptian policy. And this budget reflects the growing appreciation of Egypt's regional role. Egypt successfully positioning.
Exactly. I would like to thank you on this note. I would like to thank you so much for talking to Inside the Middle East, Dr. Monica William, the international relations expert.